Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Amy.
Yes.
Hey, man, long time.
How do you do?
I
How are you
think
doing?
I think if any it was your birthday, we could cancel the session.
Ah, your man. Still, I'm in the farmers.
Really?
For sure. Let me show you.
Man.
Yeah.
I hope it's your business. It's your pharmacy.
Yeah, no, it's not mine.
Yeah, probably if it could be yours, you could close maybe for a few hours and then.
No, actually, my shift ends at 4 p.m.
Hmm.
And I was having some assignments aside.
Assignments like school or some work assignments.
Yeah. There is a certificate program I am doing.
Uh,
That's why I will stay like some few minutes and have some arrangements so that I can join the session.
ah,
Yeah.
oh, that's nice. What's your program about?
Uh, it's a called Biomed Certificate Program. It's a program of German
Hmm.
under the GIZ.
Uh,
Yeah, they are offering courses to biomedical scientists, technologists, pharmacists.
hmm.
Actually, it is something related to biotechnology field.
Okay.
Yeah, so pharmacists can integrate there in terms of pharmaceutical production.
Mm.
Yeah,
Sounds like an interesting program.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We try and we wait in the future.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like I was reading something on Alex, like every new skill you learn, it increases the odds of your success, maybe in any
Yeah, yeah,
industry. Yeah, because I think there is a growth in biotechnology and pharmaceuticals and vaccine here.
yeah. Actually, many companies, even the institutions, they are trying to invest in Africa, mostly in Rwanda as the first growing and developing country.
Mm.
So most of the time they are investing in capacity building. So maybe in the future, as long as the country requires those companies to hire some local
Mm.
employees. So you can understand in the future maybe those who have tried to take those courses or have some qualifications above the bachelor's degrees to be an opportunity.
That's right. Yeah, because like yeah, when the company comes, usually like the government tell them maybe a certain percentage of their staff should be Rwandans.
Yeah, yeah,
So then when it comes and they find you prepared, you have taken the course. Yeah, you and man, trust me, these international companies pay so well.
you said?
I feel like these international companies, international organizations, yeah, they usually pay very well.
Yeah, sure. We have to try our best.
Yeah, and Kohaj Kabisa, it sounds like you've been up to something.
Yeah, umuntu aragerageza igihe se ko modire zarangiye zo muri university.
Man, for me, I'm back to class. Like I'm having classes almost every day.
Okay, you can tell me.
I was telling you, like for me, I'm back to class. Honestly, like we study, we go to class, we have assignments, and
So,
I'm not yet
how about
used
you
to it.
today? Yeah. This year I did application for masters.
Hmm.
I'm waiting their response.
Which track did you apply?
Yeah, I tried it on One Health.
Ah, I see.
Last year I didn't make it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the program here is very competitive. So they
Yeah,
really
sure.
they take few people, but like in our class, Florentine.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, my
Yeah,
classmate.
we are in the same class. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you have full day class?
Well, okay.
Uh,
Okay, most of the trucks they have full day, but for our class we have like 9 to 11 to 12:30. Then afternoon we can do assignments,
yeah.
work on the research. Like we are developing proposals for research.
Oh.
Oh man, it's hard work. I'm tired. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but it's great. Yeah, life is
Yeah,
here.
but those programs, they are like the best one.
Yeah, man, they make you really work. Like you work, like your days in a cycle. Like you study, you sleep, you eat.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so I really took some time to like organize myself, and I had to onboard the new students for new month. Yeah, like I have some few clients already who started from January, who do Jan and Feb. So I was trying to really to align my schedule so we can resume. So I think this is a good timing for us to catch up again.
What about those other students, Stephen?
But man, like honestly, it's hard. Like that's why like I decided to stop the group coaching because it is very difficult for people to have like the same day.
Yeah, how the seems to that.
Yeah, maybe you're available today, tomorrow you are not. He's available tomorrow. And like so now I'm more focused on like individuals coaching because that's which I'm more flexible. Yeah, like you tell me that we are busy today, we can shift tomorrow. So like Stephen is working in the province, Gatsibo. Joe has worked on the field. He was traveling as well. So you see, it's very tricky to have like three professionals having the same schedule. Actually, it's literally impossible, honestly.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Even lucky we are here, but like my classmates are doing an assignment somewhere. But I was like, you guys, I have some other tasks. I can't make it.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
But
But
assignments are they in a group or they are individuals?
yeah, they're usually mixed. Some are in groups, some are individual. Yeah. But it's an interesting program, and if you can make it, it'll be wonderful. So now
But
I'm really
sometimes those universities they try okay they usually have to take those ones who are working in public institutions, and you know we are in the private ones.
not necessarily. What? Let me
Hmm.
see. In my class, Florentino was in private pharmacy, right?
No, she was at Rwanda FDA,
Also,
and
it's not.
somehow it's yeah it's a public.
Or maybe then that's true because, like, except one person in our class who was working with a private company, like Equius in research. Others, yeah, were doctors in a public hospital. Maybe, yeah, maybe you're right. No, but you're not. I know people who are from private
Hmm?
organizations.
Do you know?
Yeah,
I don't know what private ones are accused of.
And this is this is
Hmm?
this is a government property, so they are promoting their people.
Yeah, for sure. Hmm?
Uh, yeah. Anyways, so I'm really trying to see where we can start. Like last month, we have covered mostly went through the like the structure of a speech.
Mm,
That was our main focus, like how to organize ideas. Yeah, like I don't know how much do you remember? Like if you can watch a speech, can you easily decode it to understand its structure?
you asked me a question?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm just asking if you're able to like at least watch a speech and understand the structure.
Which speech?
I mean, I'm like trying to look back what we studied last time, what we covered in
Mm.
the previous weeks. At least at this point, you should be able to maybe if a speaker speaks to be able to understand the structure of the speech from the start to the end, how ideas are organized. Like, are you comfortable with that?
Uh, yeah, actually, as you have covered, like in the theory, the issue will to be in practice,
Yeah.
which is somehow to try every day. But the content was very understandable.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I hope so in the next 4 weeks we're gonna try to do more practice for you to like to internalize because really the remaining part is not that complex. It's about learning about like elements of a good speech delivery. But you need to always practice because it's like we are going to build on what we covered. So that means every session I expect you to present at least now we're gonna be presenting live. We are not going to do recording. So at least come here and prepare something and we'll give you feedback like in the real time. Especially I will try to focus on how you organize your ideas. It's the most important part. Then the rest will be about will how you use your voice, how you use your gestures. Because the same thing, most of these events you have, maybe they'll be online. So that means also you need to learn how to engage your audience when you're delivering a talk virtually.
Yes. Yes.
So, Steven, uh, are you settled or you will just be following silently?
I think I'll follow because I'm on my way home. I'm in a car. It's not a comfortable area.
Yeah.
If it's possible, I can follow only.
Oh, that's okay.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So, maybe I will just give you the overview of the next 4 weeks. What we're gonna do, actually, next 5 weeks, because there's one additional week of the last project. So let me share my screen. So in the next 4 weeks, we're gonna cover 4 things. One, we learn about the voice. So basically, like in the first weeks, we just as a quick recap. Week one, we saw about the strategy and speech purpose. Your communication strategy, where we learned about especially how do you plan for a talk, depending on where you have to speak. Then you remember in the week 2 and to week 4, we learn about how to prepare a speech. Well, we just considered the Burger model, just to give you a reminder. It was something that looked like this, where we said that if you have to prepare like a burger, if your speech is like a burger and the top part is the introduction, the last is the conclusion, the middle is the body of your speech. For you to prepare very well, you start with elements in the middle where you prepare as having a purpose, why you want to speak to people, maybe a project you are presenting. The first step is to prepare for the main ideas and their support. It might include facts, statistics, examples, testimonies, just elements you put to support your point. But we saw that you can organize them as problem solution, topical, cause and effect in many ways. Then after you have your body, the content prepared, you find ways to introduce your ideas in a way that people will care. That's when you come to the upper part, where we saw 5 elements of a good introduction. To get attention of people, how to reveal your topic, how to establish credibility and relevancy, why people should care about it. Then lastly, we saw how you make conclusion, including the call to action. Whenever you conclude, it should be a call. What are you inviting people to do after listening to you? So basically, this is what we did in the last 4 weeks. So then in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks are actually gonna be so today we're gonna cover about the voice. So how do speakers use voice? Because it's a big challenge. Many people really, they just speak, but people get bored. If there is one thing that determines whether people will listen to you or not, it's how your voice is used. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna cover today. Because actually, for a speaker, your voice is your brand. That's the major thing that differentiates speakers is their voice, because every speaker has like a unique voice. So, anyway, we are still in the Happy New Year. I think we have not spoken for almost the whole month. Yeah, Happy New Year all. So then after week 5, where we are doing the voice, we'll focus on the gestures now. We look at the gestures of week 6. We look at the body delivery. So basically, we learned the principles, but again, I really challenge you that next time, let's try to plan well and do some practical things. That's the only way we can learn something. Because even like this time, if I want to hear you speaking, so that I can give you feedback on the voice, how loud you speak, how soft you speak, how quickly, how slow. I mean, there's no theory about that really. Like, we need to do some work. At least if you can't deliver live, record something for feedback. That's the best way we can go. Then in the week 7, we learn about the language use, especially focus on choice of words and other techniques where the voice, the language become effective, mostly like repetitions, how to use language that create images in the mind of the listener. That's what we're going to focus on the week. And then lastly, the week 8, it's going to be just 4 weeks. By Feb will be done. It will be about PowerPoints. So on PowerPoints, how to prepare presentation. Well, I will focus on the design here. Like, there are many things you can show to increase the impact. Visuals. If you are talking about books, you can easily show a book, and which is okay. But mostly, or like things like I'm doing now, of writing on the board. Also, it is part of physical delivery, like trying to show what you say. Like writing boards are part of physical delivery, but in this week we focus mainly on PowerPoint, how to design a PowerPoint that increase impact. So here we learn the principles and we learn the tool. Most of us use Microsoft PowerPoints for designing slides, but if you want better features, I'll show you the one that I use usually, like in a Canva for designs to make redesign to look more beautiful. So there are many other tools, but at least we focus on Canva by then. Then lastly, I want you to start thinking about it. After those weeks, we have a week 9 where we do a speech project. At least every one of you, we have to prepare a short presentation with the slides, any of your interest. Then on the session you present to us like online. That time we will be able to share your screen, really deliver with support of your slides. So we want to see how you practice that. So that's the week 9. It will be more of a project. You will prepare any talk on a topic you're interested in, use slides, try to apply everything you learned about introduction, the body and conclusion, and deliver. Try to prepare slides which present your idea as well. So this is what we're gonna do in the next 5 weeks. So 4 weeks so far, because the 4th is over. So before we go into voice, I want to confirm you hearing me, and any question or comment about this plan. So Amy, you're the one who is online. So Amy, if you're speaking, we are muted. You should first unmute.
Yeah. We are hearing you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I hear it now.
I don't know if there is where you have planned to have like a practice physically about delivering the speech, or we'll keep like recording speeches and then look for feedback.
Which I tried to do that, but I think it's not gonna be convenient. I travel to Kigali rarely over the weekends, and I've learned honestly it's very difficult to like to align our schedules, the 4 of us. So we're gonna do all things online, but I encourage you to do recordings. And this time I would appreciate if you can do the recording like standing of like the whole of you. I think it'll be a better way to have a glimpse of you. But it's possible to record like the upper body, upper part like this, the way we're presenting now. It works, but at least some virtue if you can stand and maybe have someone to help you record. So, but to answer your question, we are going to do all the things virtual, because we are personally I'm remote and I don't have so much time physically Kigali. I was hoping you could do that when I was in Kigali in December, but because we kept skipping weeks, so the time didn't allow us to do that. Yeah, but at least let's try to maximize the virtual presence, the online presence we have. All right. Yep. So this is the whole plan. So really, I want you to start thinking about your project of week 9. Because after we learn about PowerPoints, I expect every one of us to prepare a PowerPoint presentation, a speech with support of PowerPoints, and at least present it to us. that'll be the end of it all, and it'll be a good opportunity to practice everything. All right, so Amy, like now let's talk about the voice. Which challenges do you ever face? Like, what do you know about voice delivery for speakers? Like, your perspective. Hello? I mean, do you know anything? Have you learned something about this? Okay, great. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So seems like maybe you in the pharmacy you have a customer, and you don't want to disrupt the service. You're like, yeah, it's okay if it's not convenient. Yeah, you can text.
Sorry. Uh, I have tried to watch the video,
Uh,
and they were like 5 pieces, if I remember.
mm,
But to differentiate, all of them are difficult for sure.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we no worries. We're gonna break that down, but like so like if you watch like do you watch maybe one speech or maybe the ouch? Do you
But
like among all the speech, like do you think the way the speaker speaks has an impact on the result of the speech? So
I don't know if I understand well the question. You say that the
I'm trying to ask, what do you think is the impact of the voice on the speech?
oh, so for me, I think that your voice may attract the attention from the audience, and if there is a time for interaction with you, it can have a great impact. Because if people or the audience have get your intention, your attention,
Mm.
it would be easier for them uh, to understand your speech, and even they can have some interactions if there is a time to your speech.
Yeah, exactly. So I want you to think about it this way. Think of a song, like a music, which is just going on the same note. If you know the music notes, like there's the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. The way like you keep increasing the step from the lower note to the higher note. And every music, every song we know, it's a mixture of those notes. They mix do, re, mi, fa, sol, do, re, mi. So like
Yeah.
this, like they mix, right?
Yes.
But imagine if the song was just one note. It was do, 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 do. Yeah, maybe if you put words, let's say, Rwanda and Ziza, maybe, like the national anthem, like it has a mixture of notes. But imagine if it was Rwanda nziza gihugu cyacu uje imisozi. That would be how it sound like.
That one is going to be good.
So it would be really weird. Like it's not interesting. So it's the same thing about the voice of a speaker. So when you don't know how to use your voice effectively, people get bored, people sleep. I mean, people don't really enjoy listening to you. So we're gonna learn really 5 things that you as speaker you can, like, the techniques you can use to make your speech more interesting. But especially it becomes more interesting, especially like when you're speaking on radio. Think of like people are not watching you, so that maybe you can mix your gestures, and so that means people have just to hear your voice alone. So it becomes really, really tricky how to use a voice in a way people might be like attracted. So before, we talk about those 5 things, because that's where we'll end. I want to just to deal with one more thing. Do you think you can practice voice, or your voice is natural, you can't do anything about it? Like, is the way, like, can you practice the voice and be able to make it more effective? Do you think it's possible or it's impossible? Because it's a debate. Some people think like your voice is natural, you can't do anything about it. I want to know what you think about that. You said, sure, yeah, good. Yeah, it's that's a fundamental belief I want you to have. It's that you can practice the voice. Actually, now after we learn the techniques, I mean the principles, I want you to go and watch. There is a video I sent, like the last one, which was optional. The speaker recommends some 6 voice elements. I mean, voice warm up that you can do before a speech, including one to warm up your lips, because sometimes people start speaking, you feel like your voice is not coming, it's not warm, and as you keep speaking, your voice get better. So it's important, like, as a speaker, to warm your voice up ahead. Yeah, and so there are some practice you can do. All right, so let's go with 5 P's of voice delivery. They are very simple, but just the first step is to know them, and then I'll expect you to try to start using them. So number 1 is about, I'm just trying to look at where I wrote them. Let me just first write them down here. 1 is pace, like how fast and slow. Another one is about punch, which is about emphasis. So another one is about it's about pauses. It's out of pitch, pause, and power. I'm just trying to pitch, the pitch, then we have pause, and power. So, okay, in other terms, power is like a volume. So let's just talk about this in a way, how, like, what they mean. And so let's start with the pace. So do you think a speaker who speaks slowly and the one who speaks faster, who do you think is more effective? Okay, now Steven says someone who speaks slowly. Okay, I'm gonna give you just some simple examples. Like His Excellence, his pace is a slow pace. Like just to use some examples that we can easily use. Also Museveni, like if you've heard like President Museveni speaking, he speaks very slowly. His pace is that slow. Let me see another popular speaker that I know. Okay, let's take Trump. Yeah, like he's very recent. Trump speaks very fast most of the times. Speaks fast. Let's take Obama. Obama's okay. Obama is moderate. Obama is moderate. Like he doesn't speak so fast. He doesn't speak so slow. He's just somewhere in the median. So really, it's hard to tell that this is the best pace. Yeah, I think Jack Ma speaks fast as well. Like he speaks in it, and sometimes it's hard to catch him. So on the pace, really, many people think speaking slowly is more. It's better. Others think that speaking fast is better. But here's the thing: the research that I read about pace. Usually, people think people who speak faster are smarter. Like when you speak to people and you are speaking so quickly, like people tend to associate high speed with smartness and intelligence. That's one thing. And another thing is people speak like slow pace with power and authority. Like and you can see it. Yeah, like when people become like authority, like a mayor, you know, someone who has been speaking fast, but somehow they start speaking slowly. I was like, what happened to them? So then how do we balance the two? I think they recommended the recommendation about that is usually the best speakers are the one who can mix them. Because like really, some people speak too slowly and you get bored and it's not fun. Some people speak too fast and you don't catch them. Sometimes like actually some people speak fast because of they lack confidence and they speak very fast. So the recommendation is that you mix, like you make your speech, like sometimes you go a little bit fast about something, and if you want to like emphasize something you can go a bit slow. I think it is all about intentionality, being intentional. Be intentional and use and mix. Like I started talking about how some people think fast, they associate it with intelligence, like that. I think that's matter. Slow, I think is authority, but sometimes can be. So it's a combination of other things also. The pace, because it doesn't go alone, it also goes with the rest of the thing. But on this, just the recommended thing is that you become intentional about going slow and fast and mix them at some point. And well, some people really know how to do that. Like if you watch that speech I sent you about ouch. So that guy is called Darren. He's taught very fast. Speaks very fast. Yeah, how I like a great idea. Interrupted you and something like that. Then, bat, you fall on your face. So that adjustment want to get attention of people. Like so, it's good to mix the pace. So after thinking about the pace, how fast or slow you should speak. Oh, give me a second. Let me plug in before my computer dies. Okay, we're good. So I hope we are good at pace. Then after thinking about pace, it's about the punch. Punch, like usually, literally, punch is the way you hit something. If I say like, let's take a statement like, say, everything is running fast today, or like social media is changing the world so fast. Okay, I can just make a statement like this. Yeah, statement like this one about social media is changing the world so fast. So in the same statement, you can put emphasis on different words and you create a different impact. That's the point I want you to take from this one. Like I said, social media is changing the world so fast. Someone can say like social media is changing the world so fast. Like that shows where I'm putting emphasis. Like in the first statement, I put emphasis on social media. Social media is changing the world so fast. Oh, social media is changing the world so fast. Like so this shows you I'm putting a punch. So okay, social media is changing the world so fast. Like by just saying something like that, I can just keep changing where my listeners pay more attention. So this is what all the punch is all about. And how do you know where the punch is? Usually the way to know where the punch is, it goes with the gestures. Social media is changing the world so fast. You see, like the rest of the body, like the rest of the sentence, I'm going to normal, but when it comes like social media is changing the world so fast. Like this is going with my face or with my hand so fast. So you should just learn that the way you use your gestures can bring emphasis on certain words with the punches you use. It's an important way to think about where you want to put your emphasis, not just let it happen randomly. So about the power or the volume, one of the things I've realized, most people, speakers that I have seen and the people that I've coached so far is they think they speak so loud. Then they speak softly, like because they are worried that when they speak, they're yelling at people. But here's one thing I wanted to take home is you are not as loud as you think. Because when you speak softly, people think you are not confident. Like if I'm gonna tell you, so today I want to talk about how the voice of the speaker can make their speech effective. We look about 5 P's pace, punch, power, pose, and pitch. So you see what I'm doing there? I'm trying to be soft. So when you speak so softly, like people don't sense enthusiasm about what you're saying. So the best way to really make your voice communicate power and enthusiasm is to speak a little bit louder. Like in that video, they recommended like between at level 7. So like when I speak like today we're going to talk about power. Maybe that's 3 and 4. So today we are going to do this and that. Okay, that's too much. But at this stage, at this pace, well, I'm not shouting, I'm not solo, but I make sure that my voice goes out as I speak. I want to give you one tip that you can use to make your voice powerful is to be articulate. So to be articulate, what do I mean? Like there are people who speak but you can't get exactly what they say. They say words but it's like they're mumbling. So the tip is try to use your lips a lot. When you move your lips high and low, your words come out like powerfully. They're articulated very well. If you say social media, don't say social media is changing the word so fast. Like you see when I do that, my lips remain here. Social media is changing the word so fast. But the voice comes out, but they're not articulate. They're not as articulate, if I would say, social media. Okay, cool. I just read your question. That it's hard to hear your words. I think that's really the things we are dealing with. That many people they speak, but um, they are soft. So I'm gonna challenge you not to be soft when you speak. There's one learn to speak through your throat, starting in your throat. Make sure you really move, but also your lips. So for people to hear your word, that means every word should come out and stand alone. But many people like that they mix. Like social media is changing the word so fast. That's so I'm just giving you a tip that your lips should move. If you want to be more articulate, challenge yourself with that. If you can move your lips really like in a weird way, like let it make some movements. The words really come out articulated. Social media is changing the word so fast. When you learn to use your lips more, the more you practice that, actually you get used to it. Like for me, I don't really do so much about thinking about it, but I know that when I'm speaking, I make sure my lips and my face actually work. Because there's no way you can use your lips without using your face. Because the muscles that move the lips, they're muscles of the face, so they go together. So for the words to be clear, you need to train to use your muscles of the face to produce sounds which are not like mumbled. Like yeah, that's more about volume, really. Like in that video, that lady she recommends that at least yeah, speak loud and ask people like if you're yelling. Mostly people will tell you that you're not yelling. If you really speak with your voice with warmth and really be articulate, not try avoid being soft. Honestly, when you're honest, I mean when you're soft, people think you're not confident. You realize like the preachers whom are assumed to be effective preachers, they're the ones who speak loudly. You know, yeah. Many people think like they don't need, but so for your message for to engage your voice to engage people, you need to make sure your voice really come out with power, and the power comes with sounding really like, that's why we fear thunders, because it's powerful, it sounds, and yeah. So I don't say like you should yell, but you should really let sound come out. Volume around 7. So there's something that I'm gonna tell you, but that it's something that even myself I struggle with. Sorry, it was my last man calling. I had to switch off. It's about the pauses. That space, that one, like that space between the words. Yeah, because most of people they are uncomfortable about silence. Like they can't. They always find something to fill in between. Like um you know things like uh you see uh, and actually, so those words they call them fillers, and the goal is to avoid them, because the more you use them, the more you appear incompetent and boring. And actually sometimes people miss the real message, waiting to catch you when you make those and you see. So the best way to avoid those words is to use pauses. When you're finished with one idea, you have to go to the next idea. You can rather pause than adding an or and we realize like most of the best speakers they don't use those fillers. So instead of using them, you should pause. When you can a pause can help you one to get attention of people. When you pause, it's okay. Okay, sometimes it must feel weird to you, but to your audience it will be okay. So again, a pause can help you to transition from one point to the next. Like when you don't have like, so let's now talk about this. You can just talk about, okay, power is a good way to increase your audience engagement. Pauses, so by putting that pause in between them, can be an effective ways to catch you, to transition to the next point. So you need to learn how to use them effectively. Then the last part of the voice is about pitch. How high and low? It's the same thing we started with about the music. So you need to just learn how to mix. Sometimes go a little bit high and then it sometimes go a little bit low. Actually, lower pitch usually make people think. High pitch excite people. So you can't really, if your goal is to get people excited, you need to learn how to really use the high pitches at some point. But if you maybe want some ideas to sink in, you can go a little bit low and yeah, let it sink in. Yeah. So these are just the simple things techniques you need to use. So one of the things I want you to do is watch the last speech I sent, because I want you to see the 6 exercises you can do to warm your voice before you go to speak to people, and something you need to think about for your voice. But generally, these are the 5 P's, simple acronym to help you remember things you should consider when you get to speak to people. I've been really trying to do this, like pitch and power. Okay. So basically, power is about how loud or soft. It's about the volume. You can speak loud or softly. But pitch is about the notes. Like let me find the best way. If I say social media is changing the world so fast. Social media is changing the world so fast. That's the difference in the pitches. Like someone I'm speaking, like, yeah, social media is really changing the world so fast. Oh, social media is changing the world so fast. Here is the difference of the pitches. But I can say social media has changed the world so fast. Social media has changed the world so fast. I didn't change the pitch. It's the same pitches, the same notes, but one is louder and another is soft. So basically, like a pitch, think about one is in a female voice, another is getting to the male voice. That's the very simplest way to think about uh, pitch. Pitch, like the higher you go, it becomes more of a female. Then the lower becomes more male, the bass. So pitch, there's high pitch and low pitch. High pitch is more of a female. Then low pitch is more of a male. Sounds. Yeah. So I think this is the easiest way to think about it. Then about power is about loud or soft. Then a pause is about avoid fillers. Avoid fillers like you know, you see. Yep. You asked me like which one is best. So for the pitch, the recommendation is mixture. Actually, something they call it vocal varieties. It's not necessarily that your pitch goes like too high at some point. Simply by speaking, mixing the pitches, it becomes apparent. Even without things that are apparent, you see that apparent. It was possible for him to say apparent, but apparent. So pitch is about basically naturally. Actually, pitch is the mixture of pitches is the natural way of speaking. Because like in our conversations, like let's say when you're telling a story to the children, like it's easy to start with like once upon a time there was an animal that came and it caught all them by surprise. So basically, the natural we have conversations with it mixes pitches, so there's not much more about that. But yeah, but some people really keep the pitch at the same rate. So like yeah, it's you see this mostly in the universe lectures. Like somebody really speaking on the same pitch, and so like yeah, this and that and that and that and that and that and that. And that. But it becomes always interesting when you like my thinking is simple. When you're talking about something you're passionate about, like you care about it, uh, vocal varieties come more natural than when you're not passionate. When you're excited about a story, people can see it as you speak, but also they can feel it in your voice. So I think that's the best way I can say. But in summary, pitch should be mixed. It should be like a music, basically. Like as you speak should be more going high and low and mixed and to sound interesting. Yeah, these are just the major things about voice. And really I want to challenge you at least to challenge yourselves as well. Next time we have a session, have it just 3 to 5 minutes, something, and challenge yourself to speak up. Really, I think the main thing is the volume. I want you to learn to speak with power. Like let your voice come out, like let communicate the warmth and interest. You will see it, like people who stand up to will to speak, and they speak with confidence, and you hear it in their voice. Not necessarily they're going so fast, but things of a punch and power. It can like reinforce ideas, and people care about that. Yeah. So, Amy, I don't know if we good now. If you have any question or yeah. By the way, that speech called "Ouch" will be interesting for you just to watch for fun. The guy who delivered it is a comedian, and so even the title "Ouch." So this speech called "Ouch." Like this is the way you get surprised when something bad happens, or like when you hit a roadblock. Ouch. So it's a great speech, and you can see how he employs different all these things. So maybe you can go on and watch those speeches. I sent you if you didn't watch them. You'll be amazed by how a speaker takes these things and put them in a delivery, and they deliver a great performance. So Amy, we good? So right. So I will also make a recording of this. I've already recorded it. It's just 1 hour long, and I'll upload it so that I can share it with the link with you and Joas who missed today. So tomorrow you can expect my email about the physical delivery. How should you hold your hands? I think many people don't know what to do with their hands um, when they speak. So there are some recommendations of something you can practice that when you starting with your posture, that will improve your performance, your speaking engagement with your audience. So Steven, ntabwo uragera mu rugo se?
Arabic.
Hmm? You're not yet home.
Oh, I'm still on my way, not yet
Oh,
reached at home,
oh, okay.
but I think I reach in Ramagana.
Oh yeah, you're
The
still far
remain,
away.
yeah,
Yeah. So when you arrive, pass my greetings to Simbi.
yeah, okay, I will do it.
Yeah, the last time we met,
And
like I was in Nyabugogo and we bumped into each other. I was like, "Oh, you're here."
yeah, she told me
Yeah.
I was just there. I was coming to pick her,
Mm.
and she told me the comments about me.
Yeah. I told her that
Yeah.
I lost her, but at least I found you.
You found me, but it's also very difficult to find me because your student that you gave me, I can't really find him in my class.
Yeah.
But I hope I will try and do my best in this remaining 4 to 5 week to do my best to catch up.
Yeah, please try. Believe these things, what they're
Yeah.
not so difficult. You just You master the principle, then with time you get opportunity to
Yeah,
practice.
yeah, sure, I see.
Yeah,
And
that's
thanks
great.
for the today's session. So it was really great,
Mm.
and it also tackled my problem because I
Ah.
had all that problem when I speak. Even when I hear my records, I
Mm.
can ask myself, what did I say on this point? So
Ah.
if me, I can't really catch what I speak.
Mhm.
So I think it's really very difficult for other people to hear what I was speaking. So the
That's
way that you teach us to twist our tongue, yeah, I hope I will do more practice. That's why I even start by saying that if you speak so slowly, it's when people will hear you. Because even when I speak so fast,
Mhm.
I know it's really very difficult to get anything at all.
Ah.
That's why I just to try to speak so slowly. But today's session it give me another tips how I can mix both speak fast and slowly,
Mm.
and but people can also get the words that I'm speaking.
Wow, that's great.
Uh,
Yeah,
I
honestly,
also,
mhm.
uh, if you remember, I also request you if there is any book which can also teach us about what we covered last time and the coming ones. If it you can share it if it's available.
Oh, sure, yeah, yeah. I'll share one book about TEDx, like the
Yeah.
techniques the TED speakers use to tell
Uh,
stories and have impact.
uh, even the email you said I was just checking my email, but I didn't find it. The
Oh,
previous one,
mm.
the one that I found is the for the first January for the new year. I didn't
Ah,
find another one. I don't know how I lost it because
oh,
I remember that I got the notification, but I don't know how I lost it.
mm.
It's possible. Okay.
Okay. Next time when I send it, I will confirm with you before.
Uh, uh,
Yeah,
okay. Thanks a lot.
welcome. Yep, nice to hear. Actually, I too had the same problem. Like I used to speak so fast. That was my approach to speaking. I thought by speaking fast, I look smarter and like more confident. But I realized by speaking fast, I traded off being articulate, like to get my words out and get people to really get it. And then I started learning how to slow my pace a little bit. Like one thing people know when I speak, like place where I go to speak, they say my words are clear. Like I, they say that my English not complicated. The point is, I try to just slow down a bit and make sure every word is articulated in a way someone can catch it, even someone who is not so good in English. So it's a practice you do with time, and then your words become articulate. So I think it's one of the skills you would need in life to be articulate, like saying what you want to say and people get it exactly the way you want to say it. Yeah, Amy, you said the difference between pace. Pace is about speed. It's about speed. How fast, how slow. If it's like, so today we are going to start about the voice and how the speakers use the voice, so you can learn how to use it. So it's important that you think about pace, pause, and partners. Yeah, you see, I'm going very fast now, but then let's pause a bit. Why should you really care about those things? So you see, now I changed my pace. So when it comes to punch, punch is like hitting. There's a way you say a word and it hits hard. You see the way I say the word word, I just emphasized it. So that's what we call punch, sorry. Punch is like when you're speaking, the way you emphasize some ideas, some words, depending on where you want your audience to focus more. So punch is very important because it just one, it creates rhythm as you speak. Really, punches create rhythm. You hear like I have a dream, like I have a dream, or I have a dream. Always emphasize the dream, 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 dream. So this is something we learn about that in the future about how to use language, repetitions. Yeah. But one more thing we said about punch. Usually a punch goes with your gestures. You can't make a punch by just simple like like um, like the way you use your words. That doesn't bring a punch. But when like your words. So a gesture adds value and strength. So punch is about strength of the words, and the pace about the speed, how how fast, how quickly, how slow. And we learn that it's good to mix, go slow, go fast a bit, to just create rhythm and yeah, make your thing interesting, make your words interesting. So I think Emmy, if you're good to you understood, we can call it a day and plan to meet next Tuesday. I think it's a good timing.
So, Eric, I have a small question. So, apart from punchy, pace, pause, and the power, is it power?
Hmm.
So, I don't remember another P.
Is pitch.
Pitch. The way, So, how is it different from this one, punchy?
Pitch is about mixture of the notes. Like
Oh,
simply think about it like a high pitch is the female voice, the low pitch is a male voice.
okay.
But it just you don't need to go too high or too low, but it can mix. Like if you speak, even I'm saying like the casual conversations we have is a mixture of notes. So you just need to learn how to kind of go a little bit high and maybe make some point about high and go low a bit to talk about something else. Yeah.
Okay,
So
good.
they can be a little bit confusing, but the more you just think about it, they'll be clear.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys, thanks for today. Have a great night. Tomorrow, send the emails for the next session.
Yeah, okay, bye.
All right, all right. Bye for now.